Most everyone has heard of carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores. But how about a locavore? You may not be alone if that word isn't in your everyday vocabulary. A locavore is someone who prefers to grow and buy their food locally, usually from no more than 100 miles away. I was lucky enough to meet up with some of the South Shore locavores recently as they celebrated the summer solstice with a potluck dinner and a movie. The Kingston Library has teamed up with Edible South Shore and South Coast the magazine to make up what is known as the South Shore Locavores, a group of people interested in eating food that is locally produced, not moved long distances to market.
We have meetings during the year at the Beale House in Kingston that we talk about different local food items, GMOs, non-local beef, chickens, anything you want to know about, we'll do a meeting on it.
On this Saturday evening, the group celebrated their summer solstice potluck dinner. As well as the first night, they picked up their CSA deliveries of vegetables.
CSA is a community-supported agriculture, so you pay your farmer in the winter a certain amount of money that they've decided as a share or a half share. And every week you give them the money so they can set up their farm and plant their plants, and they have seed money. And then in the spring, when the food starts coming, you come in and you get your weekly share. So this was the first weekly share delivery for the Colchester Farms CSA members.
After dinner, many of the CSA members and locavores stuck around for a movie viewing.
So we do a series about local food, and we have people coming from South Coast, South Shore, and we do these programs throughout the school year, basically, and we decided that for the summer we would take a break and do something just a little bit different, and so we're showing 3 films.
Tonight's viewing is the first in a series of 3 films shown this summer, all about food, where it comes from, and what it is that we're eating. The other 2 shows will be in Kingston, but tonight's show is at the Colchester Neighborhood Farm in Plimpton, Massachusetts.
And one of the reasons we're showing this film here tonight at Colchester Farm is one of the points of why people are interested in local food is in knowing where their food comes from. So we're doing it here. They can take a farm tour, they can see the goats, they can meet the donkey, they can walk the fields, and they can see exactly where their food comes from.
So when I first started managing Colchester Neighborhood Farm, I moved here from another state, been here since October, and I was lucky enough to hear about the South Shore Locavores, which has been a great connection. And all the community groups coming together, I think, is so important in order for us to have a vibrant, healthy local food system. I think people in the last, certainly in my generation, have really lost track of where their food comes from. The film that they're showing tonight will show 2 teenage girls looking at broccoli and going back and saying, hey, where did this come from, and tracing the food back to its origins. And it's really hard to do now with all the chemicals that are involved in food and just all the packaging that goes into it. Most kids think milk comes from a carton. They don't know that it comes from a cow. So here we are hoping, with having this open farm concept, to have people not only come here to pick up their CSA shares, get to see the food, but they can walk out and look at the fields and see the food growing out here and really, know the farmer. And that's important, to know your farmer and know where your food comes from.
Reporting from the Colchester Neighborhood Farm in Plimpton, I'm Brian Sullivan, PACTV Community News.